What does it mean to be a stylist for Trailblazers? What does that really mean? Today, we're going to explore. When I think of a trailblazer, I think of a forward thinker. I think of someone who's independent and capable of standing for his or herself. When I think of a trailblazer, I think of someone who is making moves in his or her field. Someone who is breaking grounds. Someone who is setting new standards. A trailblazer is someone who is so comfortable and so confident in being his or herself. A trailblazer isn't going to sacrifice, her values, for example, just to pick up someone else's values. No. A trailblazer is comfortable, very, very comfortable with being different and with sticking out like a sore thumb. Yes, because sometimes to make a much needed difference, you have to go against the grain in such a way that it looks like you're sticking out like a sore thumb. Like, people will literally look at you and wonder, what are you doing? What is she doing? What is he doing? Those are the kinds of people we want to work with. My plan when it comes to styling is being involved with people that think differently. When I think of Memkoh, I think of high-level styling. Memkoh is that brand. We pride ourselves in styling trailblazers. We want to be associated with people that make a difference. We want to be associated with people that are forward thinkers, people that are independent, people that love discovering new ways of doing things. We want to work with people who are not afraid to go against the grain. I remember the first time I thought of this tagline. It was more like styling for rising stars. Now, I'm actually happy that I deviated from that, because when I think of a rising star versus a trailblazer, a rising star is just that, you're rising, but yes, you're doing amazing things. But a trailblazer, I feel, goes the extra mile. Yes, you can be absolutely amazing and you can be a rising star, but when you're a trailblazer, you're not just a shooting star, you're not just shooting up, right, and shining. You're leading the way, you're paving the way for so many amazing things. So I absolutely love that word trailblazer, and I want my brand to be associated with forward thinkers. I don't know, I really appreciate people that are forward thinking. If you want to pave the way for things, if you want to set a new path, you have to be able to see into the future. We just love working with people like that. People who are comfortable with going against the grain. People who can stand up for themselves. Trailblazers are early adopters. I'll give you an example. When we launched the Memkoh box, obviously it was something that, not too many people are comfortable with trying subscription services, but we made our box style no subscription. We've had a few people who have adopted the Memkoh box service and have really shown interest. There are those that have shown interest and there are those that have followed up. Now, we love those people because what they are showing is not just forward thinking, but they are early adopters. To be an early adopter, it means that you're trying and testing out something before the masses. And there are benefits to this, really. If you're trying out something before everyone does, 1, you get first dibs. 2, you get first dibs because that product is not always going to be the same. So you get first dibs on the first product, first dibs on any improvements, and most importantly, you have a say in the improvement of that product or service. Because in the early stage, that's when any creator or maker or creative is looking for suggestions, looking for contributions, looking for people that are willing to try out that product, and in exchange for feedback, you know, give me feedback and I'll give you my service and let's see what you think about it. And guess what? It is usually what those early adopters recommend that the business runs with for the rest of the time. So you're coming in much later and you think you're gonna say, oh hey, you guys should do this, oh hey, no. Technically, you don't have as much of a say as the early adopters, and I'll tell you why. By the time you come in, you know, the late bloomers, I'll call them. By the time the late bloomers come in, the product or service would have taken off to a stage where, you know, there's really no time to sit down and fish for feedback, because there's already a team working on that. And trust me, they have their own improvements and their own contributions that they want to incorporate to make that service better. So the late bloomers, yes, you can give suggestions and improvements, but will they always take it? Not really. But if you were an early adopter, 9 out of 10 times, trust me, that inventor or creative is going to implement your idea because they want to attract you. So these are the kinds of people we want to work with. People that will stick out like a sore thumb and be unapologetic about it. People that are forward thinkers, people that are early adopters. We just want people that can think. To be a trailblazer, you need to be a forward thinker. And a forward thinker is almost always, to be a trailblazer, you have to be a forward thinker. It's I don't know, there's no way around that.